scripts are extraordinary. Everybody was talking about how this thing called code had come along.
It's such a big story, that it's such complex ideas. People have really responded to the truthfulness of the ideas at the heart of the material.
The code has a rip from the headlines quality to it. It's a fictional story, but it feels like it could absolutely be happening now in Australia.
It's about a chain of events that begin to unravel a deeper conspiracy, something that was genuinely dangerous.
The code is about how the media and politics will sometimes choose to sacrifice small, powerless, innocent people in order to cover up massive scandals.
I hadn't read an Australian script like it before. A political thriller that was really up to date, very adult Australia in this present moment, in this political climate.
You don't know how this story is going to evolve, and even we as actors who had read the script were really shocked how things played out.
The code came into being, I think, nearly 3 years ago now. Playmaker Media had approached Screen Australia. They'd been given enterprise funding for a project which is called the Scribe Project, which gave 3 writers the opportunity to sit together and develop an idea slowly. So when they rang to say, you know, where are you and have you got an idea, it felt like a really perfect timing to come and tell a story about freedom of speech on the internet.
I think timing is absolutely perfect for this series at the moment, especially the issue of information and how information is shared, how much information governments should let the public know about, is a really interesting issue, I think, because the more I read about it, the more I know about it. I actually don't think it's a black and white issue. There's a very, very big grey area. Let me give you a bit of advice for free, Sophie. You're young. You're young, you think you know it all, but I can tell you, you have not got a clue. Once all the smart-assed sneering from the bottom feeders in the press gallery loses its gloss, you'll realise that the only reason anything gets done in this bloated, lazy, self-satisfied country of ours is because there's people here in this building who are prepared to do what it takes.
When I first read the script, it leapt off the page to me. It felt like something I'd be, you know, hungrily waiting for each episode to watch myself. And so the reality of it and the scope of it felt like a really big show.
Sean's seat brings so much energy and enthusiasm. Sean's incredibly organised, incredibly articulate. He's fast, he's funny, he's intelligent.
The reality of it, even though there's quite a high concept in it, it still felt something like that could be happening. You know, could have happened, and could be happening right behind doors that we're not even aware of.
The casting process was made all that much easier on the code due to the quality of the scripts. All of the actors have come to us and said it's the quality of the scripts that got us there.
What came through strongest on first reading is that the relationship between Ned and Jessie is the beating heart of the story, and that was something that is abundantly clear on the page, and also something that Shelley and Sean were very clear about in the beginning of it, that it was as much to do with this very special relationship between 2 brothers as it was about the kind of formal or genre elements of a thriller.
I guess people, when they describe Jesse, they'll come up with a lot of labels for who he is, and they'll all be drawn to what his uniqueness is or his condition is, and ultimately he's just a unique personality that, for me, can't fit in the world the way the government or other people would have him fit into the world.
Sorry I wasn't able to meet your expectations.
Look, they're not going to let you on the bus like that.
You can wear one of mine.
Working with Ashley's fantastic. It's literally no effort at all. I don't really feel like I'm acting.
I think she's quite incredible. I think she's got this incredible anarchic energy, and she brings that to all of her work. She sees the beauty in Jessie where others don't. I don't know if you've noticed I'm a little different.
I noticed.
should feel free to just jump right on in, because I can just go on and on and on and on.
There's been several scenes in Code that I've really felt typify what the series is, and when the two brothers, Ned and Jesse, are in extreme situations of crisis, there's still an incredible humour and heart that feels wonderfully truthful at the basis of their relationship, and it's the honesty and the truth of their relationship where I really feel that we're doing something original that has a really distinct and honest voice.
Why didn't you answer the phone?
Oh.
That's our deal, right?
Oh, I couldn't, all right? I couldn't answer.
Jess? Jess?
Oh, just, please, don't yell at me.
I'm sorry.
I think visually Code is going to have a wonderful dynamism to it as a result of shooting in such a broad spectrum of locations.
This show has got 3 different worlds. One is high tech, and then it has the power players in Canberra, and then you come to the warm organics of the outback. It's very elemental and earthy and cruel and beautiful.
It felt like it gave us a great opportunity to look at the diversity in Australia, that, you know, we can be in such incredibly different places with different feels in a matter of hours.
It's been incredibly beneficial to have Shelley as a producer on the set the whole time. Shelley knows every scene, every page, every speech. Any discussions, any clarity, any changes, we can roll with the punches and still have that creative hand on the tiller the whole time.
Parliament House for us was kind of jewel in the crown in terms of our location wish list at the beginning, and we knew that it would be incredibly difficult and a challenge to get approval to do that. But the ABC were right behind us in supporting the idea that if we're going to be a grown-up society and tell adult stories about ourselves, it would be such a bonus to be able to do that in the real environment, to really go to Parliament House itself.
We got very excited the moment that we first saw a phone call intercut, which was between a phone box in the middle of the outback with these massive blue skies and red dirt through to Parliament House in Canberra, and that intercut was the point that we thought we've delivered upon what we set out to do, which was to have a story which reached the whole way from the middle of nowhere to the cool corridors of power.
That needs to go today.
Christ, Ian, I don't know.
It's not a conversation, Randall. You're the javelin catcher. If you feel squeamish about it, feel free to take the hit yourself.
I think Code is going to make people really look at the way society and government and the media functions and how that impacts on the individual.
Ultimately, it's a darn good story, but it's a darn good story that's very real. You can see it happening right now.
It feels like stuff Australia should have been doing for a while, and it's complex, intelligent TV.
I think that we're onto something special, you know, because it's intelligent, it's smart, and it crosses so many boundaries.
The repercussions of the Code are very, very real. I think that's what's exciting, but also confronting about it.